So Kevin says, talking about mantras, he says, I don't know how helpful mantras are for getting rid of tension. I think they can be really helpful. So, because it's really changing a lot of your mindset. Because tension kind of, at least for me, I think probably for a lot of people, it tends to be that stored up energy. And it can be this ongoing kind of feeling. So here's an example. So lately for me, because I've been having all of these issues with my website, right? And it's incredibly stressful. It keeps me awake at night. It's exhausting. It's incredibly time consuming. And it's every unpleasant emotion that I could experience regarding this, I feel like I experience. And because I know that there's people that need these support groups, they need this website, they need this information. And, that's kind of like a lot of people's lifelines. And so for me, it's like this pressure of like, okay, I need to get this figured out. I need to get this resolved because there's a lot at stake here. And so trying to kind of take a step back from that, because that level of panic within me isn't going to solve anything. And I know that. And I've been trying, and I've had like incredible amounts of tension because I get so angry that it's not getting resolved and it continues to go on and on and on. And trying to reframe it and tell myself, okay, this is part of the learning curve, and trying to embrace the journey and be like, Dana, okay, this is really frustrating, but there's a lot of lessons that can be learned in this. And telling myself, I'm really embracing the learning curve with this. So even something as simple as that, it's amazing the difference I feel when I reframe how I'm thinking about something. And so obviously that's on a very, it's a small scale, but on like a larger scale, so with tension from whatever, from finances or recovering from narcissistic abuse or starting a new job or what have you, to play around with taking on the opposite mindset. So if you're finding yourself, totally overwhelmed with something, to say, if you're finding yourself overwhelmed with the learning curve, I'm just going to use my example again, the learning curve to something, trying to embrace the mindset of, man, I live for the climb. Like I live for this. Like I'm figuring out so much. This is so empowering. Or so if you're, starting a new job, being like, okay, I'm really overwhelmed and tense about, starting a new job, to try, to just play around with the opposite mindset, which would be, I really enjoy looking forward to meeting new people or having new experiences or learning new things, and trying to kind of reframe it to yourself and see kind of where that new mindset takes you. And you might even decide, you're like, you know what? Okay, I don't like that mindset, but maybe I like this other one. Or maybe I don't want to play around with mindsets. Maybe I want to keep my old mindset of, I hate starting a new job or what have you. That's fine too. But there's a lot of freedom, I think, in kind of exploring different ways of thinking and feeling about a topic. And it's amazing because our feelings really do follow our thoughts. So if we change our perspective of something, we tend to change. It's like a ripple effect. Then it changes everything. We have that residual ripple effect where it changes our feelings about it too. So that might just be something to kind of play around with. It really does work wonders for me. I have to also remind myself to remember sometimes kind of this new mindset or the new mantra that I'm trying to embrace. And I think probably a lot of people are like that. So, maybe trying to put it on a Post-it note on your laptop or put it in your wallet, or something where you can kind of remind yourself of like, oh yeah, this is the mindset that I'm going to play around with for the next day or week or from here on out, and see how that works for you. And okay, let me say something too. It might feel like you're being a fraud because I felt like that too. So when I had the mindset of, man, I really enjoy the climb. At first, I was like, no, I don't. I don't enjoy this at all because it's been, it's just been so frustrating. But the reality is, what I do enjoy in that climb and the riding the learning curve is, hindsight being what it is, right? It's all of the lessons learned that oftentimes we have to go through the pain in order to learn that lesson. So, I guess just trying to embrace the most empowering mindset possible is a good way to can be a good way to go about it.
Lots of love to you guys. You are not alone. You are not crazy, and you really can move forward and heal from this.